What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. So I just got out of the theater from watching Marty Supreme. Quick point of reference, my girlfriend actually didn't want to go see this movie because she thought a table tennis movie would be kind of boring. I don't know what to say to that, but what I can tell you is, having seen the film myself, this is a cinematic masterpiece, and not only do I think it's one of the greatest sport films of all time, if you could even really call it that, but I'd even go so far as to say it's one of the best films of the 2020s, or even of this past decade in general. Timothée Chalamet is absolutely phenomenal in the role of Marty Mauser, and apparently this character is loosely based off of a true story, like very loosely based, but it is slightly inspired by a real-life person also named Marty Housing, I think, or something like that. I can't remember. You guys can go look that up. But yeah, his best performance yet, in my opinion. He does such an excellent job of contrasting charismatic and quirky with hot tempers and oftentimes just very gross behavior, and he goes through all those emotions very seamlessly. He's quickly becoming, in my opinion, one of the most dynamic actors in Hollywood, and dare I say, his Oscar for Best Actor is pretty much guaranteed with this movie. He's just that good. And as for Gwyneth Paltrow, the secondary lead in this film, honestly, I didn't even realize that Kay Stone, the lady that Paltrow plays in this movie, was actually played by Gwyneth Paltrow until about 3/4 of the way through the film. I remember seeing Paltrow's name in the opening credits. Truthfully, I just didn't think anything. I was looking for her, but it just didn't dawn on me that that lady was Gwyneth Paltrow, and that's just really a testament to how great this film is as a whole. The fact that all of these actors that we know so well, Chalamet, Paltrow, they just blend into their characters so well that you just forget you're watching Chalamet, Paltrow, these celebrities in this movie, and they're not playing themselves. They're truly just pouring their heart and soul into this role, which I really appreciate. The story itself is really interesting. I don't want to go into spoilers here because it's best if you see it for yourself, but it definitely plays out in a very chaotic fashion, you could say. It's definitely, at its core, it's somewhat of a straightforward premise where this guy Marty Mauser is a professional table tennis player, and he's trying to basically get a rematch from this guy that kicked his butt really badly. He has to fly out to Japan, and so it's kind of his journey of trying to basically get to that point. So that's the basic premise. That's all I can say without really spoiling this film, because again, I want you guys to be able to go and check this out for yourself if you see it. But the way the story plays out, there's a lot of really cool twists and turns. It definitely is, it's definitely told in a very chaotic fashion, one that I feel complements the chaotic lifestyle of Marty without becoming convoluted or losing focus. And kind of like what I already mentioned, it's definitely a very unconventional sports film that almost kind of feels like the Goodfellas meets Rocky, which definitely seems like a weird combination. I know, like, who would compare those two films? But if you've seen the movie, you might kind of see what I'm getting at. It definitely feels very Scorsese based, for sure. Like, Martin Scorsese could have easily directed this film, and I wouldn't have thought anything of it. Definitely very Scorsese inspired. And another thing that I might add is that one of the things I appreciated most about this film, actually, is that it both feels like and is shot like a classic 70s, 80s flick. It's complete with just perfectly complimentary retro music. The cinematography just feels like it was ripped straight out of that era. It honestly just looks like it was filmed on 35mm, which it might have been. I didn't go see this in 35mm, but just watching this at my local Regal and standard format, it really came off that way. And again, I just really appreciated that homage to classic filmmaking, again, kind of like Scorsese and such. The film also manages to be pretty bitingly funny at times, which I wasn't expecting. There isn't a ton of humor in the second half, but in the first half in particular, I feel like there's just the right amount of sprinkles of, like, comedy or some snarky comments here and there, especially from Marty himself, that I just thought were really well done, and they didn't become overbearing or detract from the more dramatic elements of the story. And also, I feel like I'd be remiss not to talk about the table tennis matches. They're super intense. I mean, who knew a table tennis movie could be this riveting? But the matches themselves, there's not a lot as you might think there are in a movie like this, but the ones that are there, like, I mean, they're just going back and forth. You're locked in, you're watching these characters. It's filmed incredibly well. I'd love to see behind the scenes of kind of how they got some of these crazy table tennis shots to actually work, or if there were doubles or what. I'm very curious to see behind the scenes. I'll definitely buy the 4K Blu-ray of this, and hopefully they'll have something on there about it. But yeah, I mean, those matches just really keep you engaged, but also what keeps you engaged even more so, and that's more important at the end of the day, is this masterfully crafted story, and it really just asks the question how far you would go to achieve your dreams, and that's just a theme that plays through all throughout this movie and really makes you look introspectively when it's all said and done. So overall, guys, I know I already did my top 10 film of 2025 list last week, but I'm going to be real with you and just say this is probably my favorite movie of 2025. Yes, I watched it in 2026, but the movie was released in 2025, so technically it counts as last year's film. But yeah, I think I think 2025 truthfully just saved the best movie for last. It'll be the first and only movie of last year that I will give a 10 out of 10 to. I think it's an absolutely stellar film, and please guys, go check this out and show Hollywood that this is what we want more of. Congrats Chalamet, congrats Gwyneth Paltrow, and congrats A24 for a cinematic masterpiece that I hope absolutely sweeps the Oscars. So yeah, that's all I got for today, guys, but let me know in the comments down below, what did you all think of Marty Supreme? Have you seen the movie? Do you plan on seeing it? What's your favorite Timothée Chalamet role? Or better yet, what's your favorite 2025 movie? I guess that works too. Whatever it is, just comment down below, guys, and as always, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video, and I'll catch you all later.